Hello everyone, in today's video we're going to be taking a look at duck typing. Woohoo! See if anybody knows that reference. So duck typing is an interesting thing in Python, where basically we're in a situation where we have multiple different types of objects that have a similar method, and we can use those objects interchangeably. Kind of cool if you ask me. You can see where I broke it in my earlier test example there. So let's go ahead and demonstrate this by creating 3 unique classes and then fiddling with those classes. So the first one I'm going to call is a superhero. And inside this class, I'll keep it really simple. I won't do init or anything like that. We'll def fly. And of course, we can pass self here. It's not really that big a deal. I'll return leaps over high buildings. I wonder what superhero we're talking about here. So let's go ahead and create ourselves another class. Let's go ahead and do this one again. I'll do airplane. Looks pretty good to me. I'll def fly. Let's pass self once again. Return flies gracefully at all speeds above stall. Now, clever viewers are immediately going to go, wait a minute, you've got 2 flies. Are you trying to override these? No, we're not overriding anything because we have no superhero class. Actually, flying object. I could have basically inherited everybody in a big loop if you wanted to see chaos. And, because science, let's go ahead and create one more here. I'll do class helicopter because, why not? And I'll do the same thing like we did before. Def fly self. Return does not fly, simply beats air into submission. Nice. That's exactly how helicopters operate. Now, that works pretty good. Everything's pretty good. We've got our 3 different classes here. Your brain is going, aren't these technically static classes? Oh, they could be static classes. We don't have to use them that way. Today, I will not use them statically because you know how I feel about static classes. So what we're going to do is we're going to create some simple examples here. Let's see here. We'll call it S-Man, and we'll go ahead and make them a superhero class. Superhero object, we'll make Cessna 172. We'll make that an airplane. We'll go ahead and keep it nice and simple here. Airplane, just like that. And of course, we'll do a Robinson R22, and we'll make that a helicopter. Nice. So what I'm going to do here is I'm now going to go ahead and make my, I like how it's grumpy about that. Oh, no, I'm right. So I like how it's grumpy. It's basically saying, sure you didn't spell that right or spell that wrong. I said, nah, man, I'm good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a function that allows me to pass in any of these objects and do the same thing with it. So to do this, it's going to be pretty straightforward. I'll actually build it right here just to be a little bit safer. So what I'm going to do is type in def, and I'm going to say perform flight. Why not? And of course, I'm going to be passing a flying object. Now you're sitting there going, okay, what are the flying objects? I'm getting to that. So, of course, I'm just going to print, let's see here, we need to get the flying object, dot fly. See what I did there? What I did is I actually made it so that I could pass it an object. That object can be any object. This code will work as long as that object that I'm passing it has a fly. This is where the duct taping comes in. Again, saying duct taping a couple of times there, typing. And the reason that this works here is because all the things I'm going to be passing to it in a minute all have this method. Therefore, this function doesn't care. It's going to work perfectly fine without me having to make 3 unique functions. That's what we're all about here. So let's go ahead and create ourselves a really simple menu to test this. We'll do while true. We'll do q equals input. Let's see here. 1 equals hero. 2 equals airplane, we'll do 3 equals helicopter, and 4 equals exit. That looks pretty good to me. We'll go ahead and do everybody's favorite maneuver here. I'm going to be doing a match here. I'm going to do match Q, and we'll say our first case, of course, is going to be 1. So what we're going to do now is we're going to simply say, I want to call the perform flight object with my superhero. So to do that, I'm simply going to come in here and say perform flight. And now the flying object I'm going to be sending him is going to be my Superman, which is my S-Man here, obviously. My second case here, 2, I'm going to go ahead and perform flight one more time. And this time I'm going to do Cessna 172. I'll do myself a third case here. If you're asking why I'm putting this in quotes, is if you remember, my input statement always returns strings. So therefore, I'm comparing strings here, which are expensive in their own way, but it'll be okay. And I'll do Robinson R22, and of course, case. We'll do case. I didn't type it correctly. Well, case 4 would be quit. You can't fire me, I quit. And of course, we'll put in our case that we did something wrong. Prince, try again. Nice. So we've got ourselves a little menu here, and what you're probably observing here is we're using one function for any object that has that method. Let's give it a shot. So I run real quickly here. This is what I want to do. I'll do 1 enter. Leaps over high buildings. Cool. 2 enter. Flies gracefully at all speeds above stall. Press 3. It does not fly, simply beats the air into submission. Blah, 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 blah. Enter. Try again. 4, enter. And since you can't fire me, I quit. Love it. So as you can see here, we have managed to make ourselves a really neat function that actually can absorb any type of object. The reason they call this duck typing, not duct taping, because I'll say that again, is on account of the fact that it doesn't care. If it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck. As far as Python is concerned, as long as it's got this fly capability, it will have no problem doing whatever it needs to do in those parentheses with that function. Enjoy.